from in a bygone day. They're the eyes of a man whose lust knows no bounds.
Well, hello everyone. Welcome back to Horny Creek. My name is Mark. With me as always is my horny fiance Carol. How you doing today, Carol?
Hey, what's up?
Not much. It's been a good week here. It's January 27th, 1999.
It is.
And we watched another episode of Dawson's Creek. And now we're doing a show we call Horny Creek.
Because it is a horny show.
It is a horny show. It's not a particularly horny episode.
No, it's really... I was thinking about that. I think there's only one sex thing in it.
Yeah. Only one sex thing.
Usually the whole episode's about sex, so...
Yeah. But where do you want to go? There's two main story parts. There's the boys and the girls.
Yeah.
It's been separated by gender this episode.
Yeah, they get separated because the boys go on a fishing tournament trip.
A fishing tournament trip.
And the girls are helping Mrs. Leary make some kind of, I don't know, documentary about girls. I don't...
It's really weird. I guess it's supposed to be a expose or like a piece, like a puff piece for
journalism.
for the news station,
Yeah.
I guess. I don't know. She's an anchor woman, and they don't do that stuff typically.
Yeah.
So I don't know.
It was weird. But,
The whole thing's weird.
I mean, like, what's her name? Jen is helping her.
Because the episode starts out where they're in the hallway, and Joey and Dawson are talking to each other. And Dawson's like, "Oh my God, Jen's been so awesome, and she's such a great producer, and she puts out fires before they even start, and all this blah 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 and stuff." And Joey's like, "Oh, she's so fucking great, I guess, huh?"
She's like, I bet you wish you had her on your last movie.
Yeah, the award-winning film that some bitch produced, I guess. Huh? Is that what you're saying? And he's like, "No, I'm not saying like she's better than you. I'm not comparing the two of you or whatever. Just like, I'm just saying it's surprising how good she is."
Yeah.
Yeah, Jen's like, she has no experience in this. You do, Jen? Like, what's your experience in the film industry, Jen? I mean, not Jen, Joey.
Joey.
What's your experience in the film industry, Joey? Like, you're just like, Jen doesn't have any experience with this. You made a shitty fucking horror movie about a lagoon thing in high school.
True. I have a suspicion, though, that her and Dawson have done a lot more than just that together.
Yeah, but have they gone to NYU film school? Like, what are we talking about?
Well, no. Neither has Jen.
That's what I'm saying. She doesn't have... They don't have any experience. They have some practical experience.
Yeah.
They made some Super 8 films when they were fucking 10. That's their experience? Come on. I mean, everybody starts somewhere, yeah, but it's a little early in your life to be arrogant about all the experience you have as a producer.
True. So then Jen, walks up and is asking Joey to help be part of this little gathering of teenage girls, too.
Yeah, she's gathering together a bunch of teenage girls. She's like, I need someone articulate and She's like, and all the other main cast members are going to be there.
She's like, let me just kiss your ass, because that's what she does every time she talks to Joey.
Yes, she does. She wants Joey to be friends with her so bad.
Yeah. And Joey gets all, like, I don't know, pissed off and, like, put out because Jen...
Like Joey usually is.
Yeah, because Jen calls Mrs. Leary by her for Gail.
Gail, yeah. I'm helping Gail produce this thing.
Gail?
Oh, I guess you're just fucking everywhere, aren't you, you bitch?
Oh, my God. Joey is not very nice.
Katie Holmes does that, like, I'm angry face so well.
Mm-hmm.
She's got that look down of, like, eh.
She does. So, yeah, they all get separated. It's Dawson and Pacey and Jack as the surprise guest on the boat.
Pacey didn't tell Dawson that Jack was going to be there.
Yeah.
And he's like, what the fuck? I want Jack off this boat.
Dawson and his dad and Pacey and his dad are doing this trip, and then they just, include Jack as like a fifth wheel, which...
We finally meet Mr. Witter.
Yeah. What a guy.
Yeah, what an awesome guy.
And like they're talking so much about how he is respected in the community because he's the sheriff.
Yeah.
If that's how he acts all the time, I doubt he's respected in the community.
I'll bet you he's one of those guys that hides it, though. He has a public face and he has a private face.
Yeah.
And I think I think that's the kind of guy he is. Apparently, his other son, Pacey's brother, is just dead. We haven't. He was killed in a gangland style hit, I guess.
Right.
For all the tough crime in Cape Side. But he hasn't been on the show in forever.
Yeah, I think he hasn't been on since the first season.
They just forgot about him.
Yeah.
He was like he was gonna fuck what's her name?
Didn't it seem like he was gay though? Like
no.
Pacey
kept saying he was gay.
Oh.
And he kept denying it. I don't think he actually was gay.
Okay.
I think Pacey was jealous because he was going after Tamara.
True. So that's like the boys setup. And the girls, we have Joey does show up over there. So you got Gail, Jen, Joey,
Jezebel.
and Andy, and they invite the other one. What's her name? Shit. Abby.
Monica Keena.
Yeah, the one who is always stirring things up.
Yeah, the drama queen.
So it's an interesting.
They're all talking about what it's like to be a teenage girl.
Yeah, interesting gathering. Well, they're not though. At first, they're all pretty quiet and weird.
Yeah, they don't want to like. Gail's asking questions, and they're just kind of like, I don't know, and like no one's saying anything, and so she pulls Jen aside, and she's like, Jen, this sucks. Like, why are these people?
Yeah.
And Jen's like, maybe it's because they're all in the room together, and like it just feels very artificial or whatever. So Gail's like, I got an idea. Jen's got the best idea in the world. We're all gonna just get to know each other right now, and everything, and just like, just kind of have a girls' night. We're all gonna sleep over, and
yeah,
and someone's like, I need a drink, and she's like, no, but I've got junk food.
Yeah,
I'll ply you with that. Did the cameraman spend the night too? Like,
no,
it's a guy.
Yeah, like we don't see him again, so I don't think so. They probably just set up a camera or something in the room.
But anyway, so the girls all decide to snoop into Dawson's room.
It's so ridiculous that they were allowed to do that. Like, I feel like his mom really dropped the ball.
Gail just disappears for a while. I guess she went to get a drink. But
right.
It is funny how the adults just appear and disappear at random in this. It's almost like they're walking through dimensional portals or whatever.
Right.
Sometimes they're there, sometimes they're not.
So yeah, these four girls are in Dawson's room, and Abby, of course, is the one who finds the porn tape hidden behind the rest of his tapes.
Goodwill Humping.
Goodness.
What do you think the plot of Goodwill Humping is? He mathematically figures out the best way to pleasure a woman or something like that?
Maybe.
I love, you know this about me, and audience, maybe you also know this about me. I don't know how intimately you know me. But I love...
Better not know you intimately.
I love porn parody titles. It's one of my favorite things in the world, of taking the title of a film and turning it porn, like Forrest Hump.
Oh God.
Or Jugsy instead of Bugsy. It's one of my favorite ones.
Is it now? Like those Jugsies.
Well, I haven't seen any of these movies, but I'm talking about the titles. The titles are hilarious to me. There's what's another one? There's like Saving Ryan's Privates.
Oh my goodness.
I like a good blockbuster movie turned into, like, I don't think they've done a Star Wars one. They should do Star Horse. Hey, do you know the difference between an enzyme and a hormone, by the way?
What?
You can't hear an enzyme.
Okay. Oh, ha.
She played it in her head. She could have said it out loud, everyone. It would have been funnier, but she played it in her head. She's like, but you can't hear a hormone either. Oh.
Yes, all of that went on, except for the weird, like, groaning at the end. That
That's the hormoning.
Oh, my God.
Could you imagine? You're in a brothel and you just hear...
You sound like the monster from Buffy.
There you go.
And,
oh, my goodness.
One of the girls points out wherever this began is where Dawson finished.
It is funny. Because, we don't get any dialogue scenes or anything like that. We don't get the setup of Goodwill Humping, which I would have liked.
It just goes right into the, yeah.
Yeah, because he finished one,
Yeah, in the middle of the action.
And someone was like, it is funny how those those movies are really interesting for like 5 minutes, and then all of a sudden it's like, oh, these movies aren't interesting
I
anymore.
wouldn't even give it 5 minutes.
I'm talking about to completion, Carol.
Oh. I got you. I thought you meant they had a decent plot at first and then it went away, and it's like, no, I don't think so.
God, this is Oscar winning. Did Ilya Kazan film this? Oh, look at the lighting on those nipples. No, so yeah, if you want to know what the regular show is like, where we talk about movies, that's about what it's like. So yeah, they watch Good Will Humping, or some of it, and then Gail walks in and she's like, "What's going on, girls?"
And like they're trying to lie, and then Abby's just like, "No, we were watching Dawson's porn.
He's a pervert.
Didn't you know?"
They're all four of them were watching it.
Right.
I mean, I guess they weren't, masturbating. But.
So then, like, I don't know, Jen and Joey have another run-in, like they always do, and Joey's like, stop, like, trying to take over my life. You're everywhere I am, and you're doing everything that I do. And
you were Dawson's girlfriend, and now you're Dawson's producer, and now you're hanging out with Gail. And like, I didn't realize that she had such a tight relationship with Gail. I guess we find out later she does, but like that hasn't really been established.
Yeah, I mean, like I could see that
a little, but not like as portrayed, where you would be like, oh, she's jealous because Jen is forming a relationship with Gail. That makes her jealous. That did not occur to me until she mentioned that as part of her diatribe of things she hates about Jen.
I guess. I mean, I'm sure it is, convenient for the plot and not necessarily earned, but I could see it just because she's been friends with Dawson for so long. There's so much history there that we don't even know.
Well, yeah, if you use your imagination, yeah, I can see that for sure. But yeah, so she's like, I'm not trying to replace you. What the fuck? Like, and they kind of have this like heart to heart moment, which they do in certain episodes, and sometimes it goes away, sometimes it doesn't. Who knows?
Yeah.
But anyway, Jen's like, you fucking beat me everywhere. Like, Dawson wants you, not me, and all this other stuff and everything. He didn't even have sex with me when he could have because, like he was thinking about you and all that stuff. So they come to some sort of detente. And when they get downstairs, everybody's opening up now. But they're all talking about each other, kind of. They're like, yeah, Joey's like, it's hard sometimes when you feel like, you can't compete with like the interesting, cool person, and like you're just this boring old, small town girl.
Yeah.
Living in a lonely world.
Who's gonna, been born in the creek and gonna die in the creek. And yeah, I mean, she's got some issues.
She was born in that water.
If you guys hear any weirdness, it's our brand new dog who's in here sleeping and snoring very loudly. So.
He has separation anxiety, so he wants to be with us all the time.
All the time. He has his own recording chair.
Yep. He sure does.
Anyway, Abby gets herself kicked out because she is being so mean to all the other girls. She
starts being like, it's like, it's so hard to say anything nowadays, or whatever, because of political correctness. And it's like, if I talk about insanity, then Andy gets all, offended or stuff. If I talk about whores, Jen starts humping a couch.
Yeah, that was way rude.
So Gail's like, yeah, I think we have enough from you. So she kicks her out.
And sadly, in the morning, we discover that she's just been sitting in a chair outside the whole night.
Yeah.
What the fuck is that? Like,
Is it not winter in Cape Side? Like, I guess it's not, but...
Yeah, that's a good point. But, like, she's talking about how normal her life is when Andy finds her out there. Mm. But, like, if your life is so normal, why couldn't you call your parents to come pick you up?
I think she was embarrassed. That, like... Because what was she going to say? Oh, they don't like me.
Yeah.
So I get kicked out.
I guess. I'd say my stomach hurt.
Yeah, I guess.
I mean, I would say a lot of things to get out of sleeping in a lawn chair all night outside.
Yeah, well, it looked like she had been crying and stuff like that, too. It was really sad.
It was.
It's sad when hot girls look sad.
But yeah, so we find out that she is feeling like bad about herself, that she feels boring, and that she stirs up all the drama because her life doesn't have any, basically.
Yeah. And Andy's like, fucking everyone wants what you have. Like,
Yeah,
what the fuck?
a normal life.
And it is kind of weird. Like, I mean, I don't know. But I can see it, I suppose. Some people just love drama. They're just addicted to it.
She is definitely one of those people.
Yep.
So, on the boys' trip...
Yeah, boys' trip, everyone.
It's really weird. Like, Jack's there, and there's not enough fishing poles for all the guys. There's only 4 fishing poles.
I think that's a metaphor, right? Not enough poles for all the guys.
So instead of having, Jack be the odd man out, Pacey's father's like, you're going to, be up here with me fishing. Pacey, you're going to do all the other work that needs to be done.
And he's like, like getting the bait and like raising and lowering the anchor and all this stuff. And he's like, he pulls him aside. He's like, your job's more important than any of the other ones, and stuff. And like, he's like, I can do more than fucking grunt work, Dad, and everything. But his dad is an asshole. And
he is.
He's very clearly an asshole.
Mm-hmm.
He sees Dawson. He's like, Dawson, you're the best fucking kid in the entire world, and you've got all this ambition, and everyone loves you. And
I wish Pacey would be more like you.
The show's named after you. It's not Pacey's Creek. The place we live is named after you.
So it's awkward. And Jack being there like pisses off Dawson, of course.
Yeah, because apparently her and Jack are like
still together.
Like Joey and Jack, I guess, are still together, and Dawson and Joey are not together, and I don't know what the fuck is going on.
Well, yeah, the end of the last episode, they were like, "Oh, maybe we should try it again."
Yeah,
and they walked off together happily in the rain.
But Dawson says, "Oh, you're really trusting. I don't know that I would leave my new girlfriend, by herself. Like some artistic guy is going to come and kiss her or whatever and steal her away." He's like, I didn't fucking steal her. And, like, he's such an asshole. Mm-hmm. I hate Jack so much.
But yeah, I feel like maybe it's possible that these episodes were like shown out of order.
That's possible. That could be the continuity error that we're coming into.
Because I wonder if maybe next episode Dawson and Joey will be together. But maybe they just haven't had a chance to break up.
Maybe not. Maybe he's being like... Because he said something like... He said, you know what? It would make a lot of sense if these were being aired out of order. If they were shot in a different order than they're being aired in. That would make a lot of sense because he says something like, it's not over for me and Joey or whatever. Like, just you wait and see or something like that. And it's like that does kind of foreshadow the whole what happened in the last episode. Mm-hmm. So I think you might be right. I think it might be just kind of out of order.
Yeah.
They do that a lot where they'll shoot stuff out of sequence. Well, and that it gets aired for whatever reason at different times or whatever. And that might also explain why it's not the dead of winter right now.
Yeah.
Because it's, as I said at the beginning of the episode, it's January. Like, it's January in the show. We're in real time. It's January in the show. It's January now. But it did not look like January in New England.
Yeah, I mean, Abby was literally able to sit outside all night. There's no snow to be seen.
And they're on the water.
Yeah.
It would be frozen.
Yeah, that's weird.
Yeah, they must have shot this like... They must have anticipated this would be an early season episode. Mm-hmm. Like the first... Like, not the first, obviously, but like second, third episode of the season. So it's like fall.
Yeah, that makes more sense.
Yep.
So there's like some drama going on there. Mm-hmm. And then they...
I would love it.
Yeah. Then they end up in a bar for the night, which is, great. Now, earlier in the episode, we saw that Pacey was shooting darts with Dawson and doing great. Like, he's like, this is my calling. I'm a great dart man or whatever. And
you should go to Dartmouth.
Right. And then in the bar, his dad challenges him to darts. Mm-hmm. And he purposely throws it.
Yeah.
Why? I don't understand that.
Because he doesn't want to beat his dad. He wants his dad to win. It's what a parent would do for a child.
Yeah.
Where I think he's just used to... I think it's a couple things. One, I think he's used to not succeeding around his dad. Mm-hmm. And I think he's falling into that role. 1. 2, I think he's more mature and more emotionally stable than his father, than his drunk father is.
Yeah.
And I think he realizes that this means more to his dad than it means to him. The stupid dart thing.
Yeah.
And he just gives it to him. So it's a role reversal type thing where he's treating him like the kid.
That makes sense.
And he's acting like a kid. And he's a fucking asshole.
He is. He's like, beat it. And he's like staring him down and stuff.
Mm-hmm. That was weird. Like, they cut... He's like, we see like a shot of the dartboard and everything. Then we cut to like a side profile of Pacey, and his dad is just like fucking 1,000 yards staring, looking through the tops of his eyebrows at him.
Yeah.
Like, it's fucking weird.
Then, and like, he's super drunk.
Mm-hmm.
And everybody else has left. And Pacey's walking his drunken dad home across a beach to get to the boat, so he's like falling over and stuff. And his dad fucking passes out. Like, how did he even get him into the boat? I don't know.
Who knows?
But he sits down next to him and tells him all the stuff, all the things that he wishes that he could actually tell him. Mm-hmm. I wish that they would have had it be like he actually heard him.
I guess. I don't know. Like, I think it works either way. Because it's not about the dad. It's about Pacey.
Yeah.
The dialogue's really well written.
Mm-hmm.
The acting could be better.
I didn't think it was bad. I know you said that when we were watching it, but...
It was fine. I don't think that Joshua Jackson is the best of the dramatic actors. Like, he was okay. But, I don't know, like... A couple of things felt rushed, like delivery-wise felt rushed, and a couple things just lacked emotional depth. That dog is making a lot of noise.
He really is a very noisy sleeper. So, like, he's telling him about Andy.
Yeah, he's like, yeah, you know, if I got a girl in my life, oh, I do, you know, she loves me, and like all this stuff and everything, yeah.
And he's talking about how beautiful she is and successful. And he's like, and she thinks I'm something special. Mm-hmm. Why can't you see that?
Yeah.
And
he's like, your dad, you're supposed to love me.
It's your job to love me.
Mm-hmm. And then, like, when it breaks down more emotionally like that, I think that's where we kind of lose the thread acting-wise. Where he's like, you know, it's your job to love me. You know, and like, it's like, it just doesn't... I got more artifice than I got real, actual emotion. Like, I just don't think he got there.
Okay.
He's a very good comedic actor, and I think he's a decent actor all around, but I just don't think he can do that. I also don't think James Van Der Beek can do that well either. I think they're both good actors. But I think if you want to look for very, very good acting, you look to the women on the show.
Yeah.
Because I think Michelle Williams and Katie Holmes I think they can get to that ethos and that pathos. I think they're very good at that kind of stuff.
Agreed.
Better than the boys are. But, you know, they're not bad. They're not bad. They're not bad actors. I don't know. I've done some acting. I'm not a professional actor or anything, but it's our job to criticize. But I thought about how I would play that scene, and I feel like I would have played it better.
Okay.
Maybe that's arrogant, but I feel like in my head, in my like putting my director's hat on, I know how that scene needs to sound, and it wasn't quite there. That's my opinion.
I mean, but
it was a powerful scene nonetheless.
Yeah, I thought it was fine. But see, that scene is the crux. That's the crux of the entire episode, and it needs to be more than fine. In the morning, who was it who was getting it? Was it Jack?
Getting it?
Getting the fish, okay. Because it's a fishing tournament.
It was the woman in Goodwill Humping. She was the one getting it.
Jack is reeling in a fish, and he can't quite do it.
Yeah, he gets a fish on the line, yeah.
And he asked Pacey to take over for him, so Pacey reels in the gigantic fish.
Which changes sizes from picture to picture.
It does. But, his dad is proud of him finally, you'd think.
Kind of, yeah.
And he gets a picture holding the big fish, and he gets a trophy. And
he wins a fucking award for this stupid fishing.
It's very exciting. And then his dad gives him the trophy and says, Enjoy it. You're not going to have very many moments like this.
Yeah.
Now, I realize Pacey took that as a dig and took that...
winning a fishing trophy.
And took that to mean that his dad, was putting him down again. Which maybe he was, but... You're like, yeah, for sure. But at the same time, like, maybe his dad hasn't had a lot of moments like this.
Oh, I think that's 100% true.
And
I think his dad is much more of a loser than people think. Yeah.
So I think it was a word of advice to him, too. I mean, just like, you're winning at something, enjoy it. Like, I don't know.
It's classic projection. Mm-hmm. And I think jealousy.
Yeah.
Like, at one point, he's like, when did you give up on me? When I was 5 or when I was 10, or whatever? He's like, I'm 16 years old. This, 25-year-old man is like, I'm 16 years old. But, like, I think that's what it is. I think as soon as Pacey showed any kind of talent for something, because he is smart and everything, and he does have talent and everything. I think as soon as he showed some talent, probably as soon as he scored that game-winning goal for Coach Bombay or whatever, he was like, "Oh, I'm gonna fucking break this kid's spirit," because he was jealous. Because I think he's the chief of police or whatever. How hard really is it though to become the chief of police of Cape Side? Like
small town,
it's not like New York City, Not like he fucking rose up the ranks of a major metropolitan place. Like he was the guy in town that went to college for criminal justice or whatever and graduated.
Well, you don't even. I mean, he's the sheriff. You don't need a degree to be a sheriff either.
Yeah, that's true.
I mean, some do, and that's. I'm not saying don't assume that they don't have one or whatever, but it's not necessary necessarily.
No, I don't think. I think all you have to do is pass the police academy. I think, or whatever. I don't know. Sheriff is he sheriff or chief of police?
Sheriff.
Okay, because sheriff's an elected position. That's one of the differences.
Okay.
So yeah, you really. I'm pretty sure there are no qualifications other than age, maybe, to be sheriff. Because that's just an election. Chief of police is usually a position hired by the city, and there are qualifications based on individual cities what kind of qualifications they want. But yeah, I'm pretty sure like for chief of police, I think you have to pass the police academy. I don't even think you have to do that for sheriff.
Yeah,
but likely he went to the police academy and met Steve Gutenberg. We should watch a Police Academy movie one day.
Sure.
They're all terrible.
Yes, they are. I don't like that kind of comedy either, but I do it for you.
Yeah, they're all terrible, but they're all great in a way too.
If you say so.
Yeah, I do.
So
Citizens on Patrol.
Okay.
That's one of them. Because it's the acronym is COP. Citizens on Patrol.
Interesting.
Where they come up with the idea of let's deputize normal citizens. It's the most ridiculous fucking plot ever. There's so much crime in this city. Let's deputize just ordinary citizens to stop crime. Anyway, go ahead.
So I think that was pretty much the wrap up of the episode.
Yeah, I do. I do have a question though.
Okay.
What's a bigger punishment? Being in a confined place with, I guess, if we're going to go by the fact that this is a shot out of order, being in a confined place with the current boyfriend of your ex who stole that girl from you, or fishing? Because I fucking hate fishing.
Yeah, I wouldn't enjoy that at all.
So boring. It's so boring and dumb and I think it's cruel too. Like, I don't mind eating fish. I'm not like this person that's like, oh no, the animals, like, save them all. I do like if it wasn't that I loved meat so much, I'd probably be vegetarian because just for ethical reasons. Because I don't think that it sucks that something has to die every day for me to eat.
But it's just the way it's meant to be.
But like when they were fighting the fish, I was thinking about it because like that's always how they frame it. It's like, oh, he's putting up a fight. You're fighting with this fish and everything. And I'm like, yeah, he's fighting for his fucking life.
Yeah,
he's fighting to not die.
Yeah,
and you're killing him. Like, it's, I don't know, it's like, it's boring and stupid, and it also seems
Barbaric.
Yeah, unnaturally cruel.
Yeah.
Like, you know, I don't want to kill a salmon. I just want to eat a salmon someone else has killed.
And yeah, I was going to say at the same time, though, I appreciate all the people that go out and kill the salmon.
Yeah, I mean, good job, fishermen and everything. It's like, you know, good. That's good for you. I couldn't make a living doing it because I'd be bored out of my fucking skull. But, yeah, that is the episode, Carol. Tell people where they can get fish and meat.
All right, so you can write us at latefee1994 at AOL.com.
Yes.
Check out our website at www.retrolatefee.com.
Yes.
And share the tapes with your friends.
I will see you next time. Bye.
Bye.